have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time, but let you act like you gon' ever hurt or injure mine. He have your woman, and that's by dinner.
Today, from Seattle, Washington, it's the NFC Championship game. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Prescott looks to throw on first. That's Gallup on the slant. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. They wasted no time showing how aggressive they're going to be in this game. They get the quick score, and then they go for 2, CD.
Surf's up, partner. And when surf's up, you ride the wave. They felt great about that quick drive, put in the end zone. Why not go for 2? They felt comfortable with the play call that they had.
And the home crowd loves it. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man, Wilson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick 6 for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick 6, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw is Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The RPO always puts the defense in a little bit of a predicament, but when it's Deke and Zach, that probably makes it extra tough, doesn't it?
Predicament. I like that word because when you look at it from the defense's perspective, hard to commit either way, right? Because if you do, you're...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
And we talked about it last week, the pressure of not just playing in the playoffs and now in the championship game as they try to close out a perfect 19-0 season. Of all the games they've played, though, this year, this is far and away the toughest one. If they find a way to win it, guess what the next one will be? The toughest one they played. That's what happens when you have a perfect record on the line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Carson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 69 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for two here. Wilson going to throw for it. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got his man there complete to Gallup. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 11. Now Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
A first down throw for Prescott. Forced out to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 5. Throwing, Prescott. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And this offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott now. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it with Carson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes us down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big play there for Seattle. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Seahawks! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Thorough domination right now, and the game plan is simple, obviously, Charles. They're going for 2 after every touchdown, and it's 24-0.
Don't you just get the sense right now that they're just flexing? I mean, to be able to do whatever they want, how they want, 3 2-point conversions. And now they're up 24-0, so essentially they gained a field goal out of it without even trotting the kicker out there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man, Wilson. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us as always as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 56 in L.A. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Prescott now from the 50. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. He's going to find Gallup here complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott left side to Lamb. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders doing battle with the Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more.
Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty well familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
The return man, Wilson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's Prescott. Now bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Prescott. And Prescott, his third interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They run again with Carson. And just shutting him off there. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, it's Carson. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks offense continues to pour it on.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
But I guess when you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now it's Wilson. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to throw. Prescott. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive positive grades will be handed out thus far.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Seahawks get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The return man, Wilson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is Carson. Oh, the spin. And he's brought down. 74 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. And quickly they get to the line. Carson is in. Touchdown, Seattle. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. They'll try and throw for it. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st Honestly, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's Elliott, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
That one complete to Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. The Cowboys on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Cooper. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Al Woods in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. And you can say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I noticed you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described.
Oh, Prescott stripped.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 85 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl. And some room to work. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Still fighting for more. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The return man, Wilson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the fourth. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
When you're backed up this deep, sometimes defenses sacrifice coverage for pass rush because they know you can only go so far on your pass drop. You get the back of the end zone. So they came after him. He took the shot downfield. He didn't connect. But, boy, that was force against force.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there on the catch and run.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Prescott on first down. He'll get this to Elliott. And now Cooper, slow to get up. Staying down after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now it's Wilson. And he returns this to the 22. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott, he finds his man, complete. It's Elliott. So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
First down, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. That catch good for only a couple. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott, and I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
He finds his man, complete. It's Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, Do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Prescott looks to throw on first. Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air again, Prescott. The kidder here, it's complete. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He finds his man. Complete. It's Schultz. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Seahawks are the NFC champs. Time for us to sign off. Thank you so much for watching, and good night, everybody. For this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.